that nobody would have ever thought of. I got one called Nut, and it's the color of some nut. I got one called Gonorrhea. It's green like gonorrhea. I got one called Yellow Discharge, like how girls be having yellow discharge. Booty hole pink, booty hole brown, coochie juice. And coochie juice is clear with silver glitter. It's cute, like the cute, and it smells good. And it's sold, like other people was like, you is a marketing genius, because the sold so fast. And it smelled good too. I be thinking of all out the box. It's not even on purpose. It's just like my brain helped me think outside the box to do something.
Dear Sexyy Red, our Black civil rights activists, our dedicated Black civil rights leaders would not be proud. Greetings, Earthlings. It is Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. How you doing? Have you been drinking your water? I'm gonna drink some water. Refreshing. Have you been eating your green vegetables? Have you been going to the gym? I haven't been. Yeah, I really should. I really should start going to the gym. I used to be upset. You know what? This ain't even about me. We talking about Sexyy Red and Maya Angelou. Let me shut the heck on up and get to the topic of the video. Okay, so Maya Angelou and Miss Sexyy Red, rapper Sexyy Red, believe it or not, has a couple of things in common. So Sexyy Red is a 25-year-old rapper from St. Louis, Missouri, who is a mother of two. Maya Angelou is also from St. Louis, Missouri. Sexyy Red was born early April. Maya Angelou was also born early April, making them both Aries. If you're into astrology, they both have the zodiac sign of Aries, right? So not only were these two born in the same city, the same part of the earth, around the same time of the year, they also share a similar tragedy, okay? And this tragedy was, and viewer discretion is advised, they both were raped at a very young age. For those of y'all who don't know, let's get a little bit of a backstory on Sexyy Red. So Sexyy Red, she broke out and became like viral because of her song Pound Town. It's hard for me to even say the title of that song without feeling some type of way. And her most famous lyrics, because I don't want to say them out loud on camera, because I don't want people to edit it and then have it look like I'm saying those words about my body. I would never. So these are the famous lyrics of her song Pound Town. I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. My blank, 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 blank. I don't want to say all of that. Where the I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing, nigga. Come suck a bitch toes.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas? I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing, nigga. Come suck a bitch toes. Pound Town, just left Pound Town. Left my nigga, he just took a down.
This song poses a question. Is this comedy or is this authenticity? Is she really serious, or did she make this song to make people laugh? I'm pretty sure a lot of people be wondering the same things. Like, does she take these songs seriously, or is she just doing this to have fun and make people laugh? Like, is she one of those people that's just like, she likes to troll people and say stuff that doesn't make sense, and she knows it doesn't make sense, just to get a rise out of people and just to get views? And it's like the comedian who does outlandish, wild stuff for attention. Jim Carrey, for an example, he does a lot of wild, outlandish stuff at award shows and in movies and on stage and all of that because he knows that he's going to get a huge laugh out of people. Is she like Jim Carrey? Is she being like Eddie Murphy? Is she being like Martin Lawrence, trying to just be funny? Or is she really serious? Is she sincere about talking about the color of her genitals? Why don't you care? Like, why don't you care about how you're represented? Back to Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is a poet, an author, and a civil rights activist. So in the past, Maya Angelou has had a career of being a singer, an actress, a playwright, an essayist, a poet, and an author. She was awarded over 50 honorary degrees before she passed away. Rest in peace, Maya. She is such a huge inspiration to me. In the year 2000, Maya Angelou was awarded the National Medal of Art by Bill Clinton. So Maya Angelou has accomplished a lot. She has accomplished a lot. She has had a very positive, a very strong and positive impact on society, especially Black society. She has done a lot for humanity, not just for Black people, because she doesn't just speak on Black rights, but she goes on to speak about how she has been uplifted and supported and helped out by all races of people. You know, all races of people have helped to lift her out of her darkest days, you know. So she doesn't just speak for Black people, she has spoken for all people. So let's speak on the dark part of Maya Angelou's past. So at the age of 7 years old, Maya Angelou was unfortunately raped by her mother's boyfriend, who was later then murdered. Maya Angelou felt responsible for the death of her abuser's murder, and she didn't understand what really happened, so she became mute, and she went mute for 5 years. And during these 5 years, she took a very strong and deep interest in the language arts and in writing and reading. So she started reading authors like Langston Hughes, W.E.B. Du Bois, William Shakespeare, and Edgar Allan Poe. During that time, you know, she gained knowledge and education. During that time of muteness, she just started reading books and gaining knowledge. And so I'm just kind of feeling it in my heart, because I made a speech on Maya Angelou in my speech class, and it had my professor tearing up. And I tried to find the speech. It was typed up somewhere, and if I could find it, I might make a video on that, and I might read the speech to y'all if I could find it. I hope I can. It would suck if I threw that away. But I had my professor crying over there, you know, because Maya Angelou, she just touched my heart in so many ways, and just such a huge inspiration to me. But so with the knowledge that she had gained from those 5 years of being mute from her trauma, when she finally found the courage to speak, she had a lot to say because of all these years of gaining knowledge that she took. All of these poems, all of these books. So she has a lot of knowledge, a lot of things to say. So when she finally said it, out came a whole lot of wisdom and knowledge. And so the trauma for her was the key to finding her voice. She lost her voice because of the trauma, but writing in English was the gateway to her liberating herself from that trauma. She turned her trauma into triumph. Now, Miss Sexyy Red, who also was unfortunately taken advantage of in her youth, she admitted in an interview that she was taken advantage of, I believe she said at the age of 13. It was in this video that I saw, this video right here, that I saw on YouTube. So these two had a very similar childhood trauma, but they did two very different things with that trauma. Have you ever noticed that a lot of the times females who experience severe sexual trauma, they either become extremely promiscuous or they become terrified to be, intimate with another person? Sexyy Red took the route that we all, as we can tell, she's a very hypersexual person, and she has no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with having a sexuality. We all have a sexuality. There's nothing wrong with having a sex drive. But Sexyy Red takes this whole hypersexuality to a whole nother level, to the point where it's toxic. It's toxic. And you have children singing Pound Town, y'all. There's videos of kids singing Pound Town. These kids are listening to this stuff. Well, she doesn't care. Just as long as she can get her check from those songs.
Now the baby's singing it.
Miami, looking for the hoochie daddy. Where they at? Where the they get ratchet? Where they at? My son need a new pappy.
Lonnie, you got my daughter singing Pound. Get her dressed. I'm coming to get her right now.
I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Sexyy. Your daughters, your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music, and they are asking me, can we hear Pound? We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the...
My opinion, there is something that Sexyy Red just does not know. And she just, in my opinion, she lacks wisdom. When you experience trauma, but you don't have the wisdom to understand what really happened to you, this is the direction that you go in. Because all of Sexyy Red's songs are sexually degrading towards herself.
Keep going. Go to... Hold on, wait. I want you to know that form of laughter is usually embarrassment. Because listen, when you listen to the music, you're not in a space where God's Spirit is present. You can listen to it freely. When you get into the space where God's Spirit is present and you look at it, you're like, dang, that's pretty bad. So instead of looking at it, it makes it easy for you to laugh because your empathy has been snatched away from you for your own people and for yourself. This is a person who has been let down, I guarantee you, by her family. I guarantee you, she don't come from a solid family where her father was there for her, where her mother taught her the right things. Where does it, who originates it to be popular for thugging? Is that a male thing or a female thing? Oh, the females are taking their cue from toxic males. If he treats her terrible, she in turn treats herself terrible. If he devalues her, now she's devaluing herself, and it has become popular in our culture. It went from them degrading us to us degrading us. And ultimately, we can't rebuild each other unless we change it.
And it's like, she was sexually degraded as a child. So the way for her to take power and control is to sexually degrade herself. Maya Angelou, on the other hand, was like, I have to use that trauma to learn. So Maya Angelou took her trauma and became a better version of herself, whereas Sexyy Red took her trauma, and I'm not even trying to judge this girl's character, because as much as I hate to admit it, I watched a couple of interviews of her because I was just kind of curious where her mindset was and if she was really serious or if she was a troll, if she was like a low-key comedian, you know. And as much as I hate to admit it, her personality was actually really cool. Like, she actually seemed like a down-to-earth, relaxed, like relatable kind of female. You know, she didn't seem like she had like a mean heart or anything like that. She had a sense of humor. She was funny. You know, she had a good sense of humor. She was just chill and just authentic. That's the thing I really liked about her personality, was that she was authentic. And that's something I like about Aries a lot of the time, is that they're authentic. My mom is also an Aries, and she'll tell like it is. She is her own person, and that's what I like about Aries. And Maya Angelou has that too. That Maya Angelou, she's not afraid to say, "I'm proud to be a Black woman, and you can't make me feel any other way." And I love that about Maya Angelou. She speaks about loving being a Black woman in her poems, and I just think Sexyy Red has that same power. She just doesn't use it. Because she's authentic and she's confident in her life and she has no shame. But the thing is, the things that she do and the things that she partakes in, she should be ashamed. That's just my personal opinion, that you should not be confident to low-key gloat about catching STDs to the point where you make an entire lip gloss line with a bunch of names of STDs. Like, seriously? So the way that I see this is, she has this lip gloss line and she has admitted to having caught chlamydia twice. And it's like she's talking about gonorrhea is green. And how would you even know that unless you caught it? And then she claimed her homegirl told her. But we all know, your homegirl ain't tell you jack diddly do, girl. Your homegirl ain't tell you nothing. That was your personal experience. Because then you got another one called... She got another lip gloss called Yellow Discharge. And then she says, some girls, you'll see the clip. In the clip, she says, some girls be having yellow discharge, but girl, we know you talking about yourself. Like, who you fooling? Who you fooling? So the way that I feel about this STD lip gloss line, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. So not only are you an unhygienic, promiscuous woman with a weak moral compass, but you're also proud of the nasty things that come along with being that. That's how I take her having an STD lip gloss line. And the wild thing is, the lip gloss line, it's sold out. People have really bought that. Who are these people? Like, was she serious? I be thinking this is a joke. Like, she's an industry plant. It's a joke. They just pranking us. They're pranking America, right? Like, ain't nobody buy them lip glosses. Ain't nobody buy it. Y'all just making us think that humanity is just trash, right? Like, y'all just trying to manipulate our minds into thinking that when it's really not going on, right? Right? Please say I'm right. Please say I'm right. And what makes her different than the other rappers, and in my opinion makes her worse than the rappers that do rap about their genitals and they rap about sex, and that's a huge thing in rap culture, which I personally I think that they can do better. I will always say that I feel like y'all can do better. The thing that is different about her as compared to Megan Thee Stallion, for an example, is Megan Thee Stallion actually has talent as a rapper. She actually can rap on beat. There, I said it. Sexyy Red can't even rap. She sucks at rapping. She has no rhythm when it comes to rap. There is no rhythmic flow when she raps. She just pretty much talks in a very in a very ratchet way over a beat. She doesn't rap, she just talks. She talks over a beat in a very, like, yo, when I tell you, like, working on this video and just having to listen to her music, it was just really hard to listen to. It was hard to get through it because it was just so obnoxious. And the thing that really concerns me is her kids, and I'm glad that she has spoken about being happy to be a mom. Thank God. But my question to you, Sexyy Red baby girl, is this. When your kid, do you allow your kids to listen to your music? Are your kids allowed to listen to Pound Town? Or Ski? Are your kids allowed to listen to this music? Do you play your music for your kids? And if the answer is no, I restrict my kids from listening to my music because it is inappropriate. If that's your answer, Sexyy Red, then my question to you is, what about other people's kids? You don't want your kids to listen to it, but you're okay with other people's kids listening to it. What does that say about the music that you're putting out? What does that say about the frequency of the music that you're vibrating to the kids? Because everything has a vibration. Everything has a frequency. Everything has an energy. And the frequency of her music is very lower vibrational. Because all she talks about is sex, money, and things that have no real value. And if the answer to yes, I let my kids listen to my music all the time. It's like either way you put it, her music is so bad that if she says no, what about the other kids? That's not good. And then if she says yes, why would you do that to your kids? Why are you letting your kids listen to that kind of music? So either way, there's something wrong with her music. And how was she famous? I'm convinced that her massive awakening to fame is just hate. It's her being infamous, but not actually being famous. She's not famous because people like her. She's famous because people don't like her. The Black community don't want to claim her. And she's just making us look bad. So, and one thing that is really a disappointment that I've noticed when it comes to her being interviewed by these adults who are a lot older than her is that, and maybe they have called her out. I haven't watched every Sexyy Red interview. I've only watched a few, but the ones that I have seen, none of them asked her like deep questions like, did you learn about civil rights, the civil rights movement in school? If so, what do you think about that? What do you think about what they did for Black people? What do you think about that? And they did those things. Are you happy that they did those things for our country? You have to be. Because they helped you to have human rights. You have the rights that you have because of them. You now have the right to make ratchet music because of them, right? You have more of a say-so in society because of the Black civil rights leaders before us. How do you think they would feel seeing that this is what you did with that freedom that they fought for us as Black people? I be wanting them to ask questions like that. So if I had the opportunity to interview Sexyy Red, that's the type of questions that I would ask. Because a lot of times when they interview Sexyy Red, they'll just be like, oh, well, you don't have to feel like you need to be a role model for anybody. You don't have to feel that way. It's not a big deal. You know, you can make whatever music you want to make. And they say stuff like that. And it's true. You're grown. You do have the right to make whatever music that you want to make. You don't have to want to be a role model for anybody. But the reality of it is, you're a mom. And you try to protect your kids. I know she has to want to protect her kids against certain things that she sees in the world. So why don't you care about the things that you're promoting and protecting your kids from that? Do you want your daughters? I know one of her kids is a boy. I don't know if the other one is a boy or a girl. But if you have a daughter, Sexyy Red, if you have a little girl, do you want her to do these things that you're doing in your music? Would you be like, oh, I'm a proud mom. She over there talking about her coochie. I'm just such a proud mom. Oh my God, my baby girl, she got an STD just like I did back in the day. Oh, that's my baby. I think people should try to get this girl help. Instead of interviewing her and just being like, oh my gosh, I love your music. They should challenge her. Because that's really what she needs. She needs discipline. So in her music, she promotes a very shallow, hollow lifestyle. The lifestyle that will not fulfill you. And hey, she's making money, so she said she's happy because she's making money. But take that money away, and what do you have? So there's something missing inside of Sexyy Red. That if she were to look up to people like Maya Angelou, she might feel more fulfilled. Because we see time and time again very rich, famous, successful people committing suicide, dealing with depression, becoming addicts, and just really struggling internally. And she may not necessarily have those similar internal struggles to that degree, right? But you know it's there. Because those things that she's into, they don't give to the soul. They just don't. And so you know that something is missing, and you know that like The fact that she finds happiness in just money, it's like, that's not real happiness. You can't be happy. The root of it all is that I really want her to take accountability for the role that she is playing in society. And I know that she doesn't care, it doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is that we all have karma. We all have things that come to us based on the energy that we put out. And so you putting out this energy, what you expecting to get back? And she gets a lot of hate. She's not really like genuinely supported. You have her posing with the rappers. The rappers, they don't mind taking pictures with her. But when it boils down to it, do they really want to be known as Sexyy Red's boyfriend or husband? Do they really want to be known as Sexyy Red's true, genuine best friend and biggest supporter? No, they don't. She doesn't really have like real support in her own industry, which is the rap industry. She doesn't have support from the Black community. And it's crazy that your name is Sexyy Red, but there's nothing sexy about catching an STD. This girl is deceived. And the sad thing about it is there's so many people, there's so many young females that because of the amount of views, they see that the video has 31 million views. So they may be deceived into thinking that it's popular because people actually like it. And it's popular because it's actually good music, and they're just being influenced by the wrong one. So young ones, I encourage y'all to look up to people like Maya Angelou instead. Okay? I encourage you to look up to people like Rosa Parks, Angela Davis. Look up to Angela Davis. She's another civil rights activist. All right, I'm about to read this book too, actually, and then once I read it, I'll give y'all a review. But yeah, I just got this book from the library, and I'm excited to read it because I don't really know a lot about Angela Davis. All I know is that she's a civil rights activist, and allegedly she was a lesbian. That's all I know. If y'all are interested in hearing more of what I have to say on this topic, let me know in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And thank you all for watching this YouTube video. Love yourself and love life. Deuces.